Peace and love to the family. You know what it is. You know who it is. Your boy Corbin reporting live once again. Facebook. I do not own the copyright of that song. Shout out to everybody. It's 2020. Hope y'all living y'all best life. I hope y'all enjoying life, and I hope y'all not really being entertained too much by what's going on the media. Propaganda can be a bitch. First and foremost, there's so much to talk about right now. I'm on my way to Barnes and Noble, one of my sanctuaries. I just want to briefly talk to y'all right quick on a lot of things. Once again, now that we in 2020, there are two words that I want y'all to get out of y'all vocabulary. There are two words that I want y'all to get out y'all vocabulary. Two words: struggling and surviving. Once again, those two words are struggling and surviving. Here's why. Because now, listen, we in 2020. Here we go. You've been hearing Corbin talking about 2020 quite some time. The whole 2019, I was breaking down. 2020, here we go. We're here now. And now we're talking about the vibration, how this 2020, how we at now in the fifth dimension, how now everything vibrates on positive energy only. So if you step into this realm with that 2019 and before shit of negative thought, I'm just surviving, I'm just trying to make ends, or I'm just struggling out here trying to make it, then your ass gonna be pushed back, pushed back, pushed back mentally. You're gonna be stuck in that third dimension. And even though you are in 2020, physically, spiritually, and mentally, your soul is gonna be in the third dimension because you still are talking that same old struggling and surviving shit. Well, hold on, I'm not gonna leave you in the air. There is a word that I want my family to add into your vocabulary. There is a word that I want my family to add in their vocabulary. That word is thriving. Thriving. Thrive. THRIVE. Thriving. Because now you're in the path of thriving. For those who don't know the definition of thriving, Google it. As we know, Google is your best friend. And shout out to my brother in Ghana. There's a brother in Ghana as we speak who is pretty much, I think I don't know if he has a patent or not, but he's creating this pretty much a search engine to rival Google. So shout out to that brother in Ghana. But thriving. Thriving is the word that I want y'all to start using now. Because we're thriving. We're succeeding. We're superseding our expectations that we had long ago. All right? Okay, moving on. Like y'all seen, some of y'all might have seen on Facebook, I'm coming up with a little presentation. It's just me. No, there's no class except y'all going to be my class for the ones who definitely watching. It's just me breaking down a lot of things that I've learned over the past months, accumulating the course over the years, and I'm breaking it down, you know. And I called it was Jesus the Op. You know, I sat back with that title for a lot, talked with the ancestors, and it was a push. Like, yeah, go with that. That's it. You know, I'm sure the generation now and the times we're in can relate to op and me using op in that reference. But I'm going to break it down and let people know that right now, for the Christian theologians watching right now, I want you to watch the most. Bring the pen, bring the pencil, bring the pad. I want everybody who is scholared in Christianity, scholared in religion, to watch, you know, because I'm not claiming myself to be no professional or, you know, just highly taught in religion or Christianity. But I spent so many years breaking down, decoding, analyzing what Christianity was, how far it went, who was Jesus, and what did he really mean to us, the background, you know, the background of who Jesus was. And once you dig and you find the truth of who Jesus really was and who Christ really was, once you break down, because I'm doing a separation of Jesus and Jesus the Christ, because there was a transformation from Jesus, who, once you know his real name and once you know the true name, Jesus, which was Ishua, right? For all my scholars out there. So Once you break that down and you realize who Isha was, and you start to go deep into the Gnostics of it all, oh boy, do you find some good stuff. So, what Jesus the Op is not going at Jesus the Christ at all. It's breaking down to the people who Jesus really was, who Isha really was. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm going to be breaking that down. I'm also going to be adding characters that the Bible doesn't even talk about, but is briefly in to a minimum mention in the history books. And I want to bring a few characters onto that as well. We're at a time right now, people, where the gnosis, which is knowledge, which is wisdom, the gnosis is entering a lot of us. And for some of us, it's been with us through birth, before birth. And now it's just a higher activation of it now. We're in the midst of it now, We're in the realm of this shit now, Since we were kids, all we knew was the third dimension. The third dimension. We live in the third dimension. But they never taught us in school, they never taught us in school really what the third dimension was, and even to prepare for any more dimensions. They wasn't really trying to teach that, and if they was, it wasn't for us back in our school. So, I really want to break that down. I do feel this is my mission. I do feel we all have our missions. I feel some of us have a bigger role in this mission. And this is what it is with me, family. So, with saying that, I appreciate y'all for watching. For the ones that are watching, because it's going to be a good time with this lecture, with this presentation, as I want to call it, was Jesus the Op. So, and like I tell people, later on, if I approve this video, later on, I want to break down some of the books that help me really get into the history of what. Now, a lot of people knock books, a lot of people knock reading. You'd be surprised how many people knock reading. Like, really. But once you go deep into the books and really start taking notes and really start just embracing it, especially meditating over it, it's amazing. And for my religious Christian people out there, my goal, not even my goal, what I'm going to do is to show the real theologians, the real Christians, the real pastors, the real Baptists, the ones that's out there who preaches the word out there today to the masses, and those who only have half the work, whether it's because they were taught only to serve a certain part of the knowledge or they haven't been told the whole thing. But I'm going in. I'm going in. And yes, it's coming with respect, but it's coming with no fear at all, because there is 30 years olds, there are 40, 50, 60, 70, I can go on, who are just, as far as the Bible, as far as Christian religion, it goes as far as Noah, it goes as far as Moses, it goes as far as, and if you're good with it, it goes as far as Abraham. For the ones who really start to open that door, see me, when I was a kid, this is almost like, okay, you're here on planet Earth, you're going to get this baby brain, but when you get older, you're going to reconnect with it, and you have no choice in the matter. This is what you're here to do. So I learned early about Enoch, okay? For the ones who go to church, ask them about Enoch. Ask your pastor about Enoch. All right? Ask them about the Watchers, because Enoch is a part of the Bible. He's just mentioned in a small part. But once you learn Enoch, which is Enoch, once you learn about Enoch, then you see what Enoch taught and how Enoch was really the chosen one for God. Quote, this is what is stated. So when the fallen angels were cast down, before they were cast down, they were hitting up Enoch like, yo, Enoch, you got it in good with God, Talk to your boy, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're not really trying to be cast down. Enoch, like, he spoke his piece, That's my guy, but it is what it is. So, ask your pastor about Enoch. Enoch talks about the Watchers, okay, family? So, once you learn who the Watchers are, it goes real deep, okay? So, I'm like I said, we gonna talk. We gonna learn and we're gonna bond. I'm not with the debate stuff. I never been with the debate stuff. I actually had debates with one of the greatest debaters that I know of my lifetime that I got a chance to meet, and that's my father. My father knows the Quran and he knows the Bible better than most people I know. So me and my father early on, when I'm like 9, 10. First it was you just listen to my father, and then it would just I would do my research. Then it would go back and forth. Like I found this out. My father was so skilled that he would boom, he would come right with the word. He would either the Quran or the Bible. So I said, man, you know what? As I grew older, I'm gonna get pops one day. I'm gonna get him. So my whole thing is I was always at the library. It don't matter what library, wherever I stayed, I was at the library, digging deep, digging deep. Then I found Gnostics many years later. Then I learned. Then I came back, and man, many years later, me and my, now I'm in my 20s, and I'm coming, and Dad's like, okay, young grasshopper. Years later, I'm still going in to study. Make a long story even shorter. I would have debates with my father, and as I get older, he was like, God, I can't even answer that. Because a lot of what I would say would be in correspondence with my father, but it would be in a higher knowledge, a higher gnosis of my father. You understand what I'm saying? And shout out to Butch as well, the brother Butch. They're over in Mr. Warren. Mr. Warren, I'm talking about Mr. Warren's from the insurance company. I got honored to meet you, brother. There are elders out there who know the knowledge, who know the gnosis, and they have met me and it told me, look, do not stop going. Keep it going. So I thank you guys so much, first and foremost. So I want y'all to stay tuned. I'm not going to hold too much of your time out. I'm on my way to Barnes & Nobles. But I want y'all to stay in tune. Virginia Beach, very special location. In a couple weeks, I'm about to say, and I didn't make the date up yet, but in a couple weeks, with Jesus the Op, and we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down in a respectable manner, but once again, we're going to break it down that in a way that you're going to understand, because I'm 35 years old. I know people 40, 45 years old who are still talking Jesus, 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 and won't even read the Bible to see who they're worshiping or who they're praising. You feel? So, but yet we'll knock the homeless person right there that's asking for change or whatnot. You feel what I'm saying? Or the person that's out there just trying to make it, and we'll shun them and we'll shame them. But they're more closer to enlightenment or Christ-like than the Jesus you even know. And not even only that, a lot of people who are deep into Christianity are more Luciferian than Christian, and they don't even know it. So once you start knowing who Jesus was first, let's focus on Jesus, the human walking. Then we will focus on Jesus the Christ. Then we will focus on Lucifer. And how, for my Bible people out there, you'll see that since we talk about Satan being the son of the morning, the light bearer, you also see in the Bible where Jesus also refers to himself as the light bearer, son of the morning. Look that up. I'm not going to tarry on too long. But I thank y'all for watching as well. And continue to keep watching. I'm going to continue to keep dropping. This is what I do. My life mission is this. I'm giving my life to this. And not in the ways of just going out here and acting crazy and blah, blah, blah. Because the people watching can tell the real from the fake, the authentic from the not so authentic. So I truly appreciate the ones that are watching. At the same time, I'm not here to appease people. I'm not here to soften the blow. I'm here for people who have hit me up. For people just like me who know there is something more to them. But they keep being covered with so much bullshit dirt. So I thank y'all for watching. So with that being said, I want to give a peace and love to the family, to the people watching. It's 2020. We thriving now. Remember what I said. If you kick struggling and surviving to the curve, and I'm sitting back laughing because every time I think of struggling and surviving, I think of that Good Times song. That's scratching and surviving. So no longer are we struggling and surviving. We thriving for 2020. Thriving. Get ready to thrive, family. You're on your path. So peace and love to y'all. Once again, it's your boy Corbin reporting live. I'm going to jam out. Peace.